his knees. Then you reach the line and go without a heart of their ways. You know, don't I call it, baby, from the valley of the well. I'm Samson from the house down.
Hello, everybody. This is Joan, and welcome back to my Healthy Cooking Made Easy cooking stage. It's Fabulous Friday time, and I hope some of you will drop in to watch my Fabulous Friday recipe. Today, of course, is Friday, and I always like to think of some type of dish that we typically would want to have on Friday. And of course, fish. So today, the recipe is a crispy, guess what? Fish taco. I recently shared some ideas for dinners, and one of the choices happened to be the crispy, yes, fish tacos, because you know there are lots of tacos you can do, but fish tacos have become such a popular item. So today we're going to make our fish tacos, and I get to share 3 of our different wonderful products for cooking with in this recipe. So we're going to start off, everybody, with how we're going to get our our fish ready for our tacos. I will be using our Pro 7 air fryer to actually cook the fish in. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our fish ready, and I am using one of our Fantasia Fresh storage containers to store the fish in. And of course, you know by now that our Fantasia Fresh storage is perfect for meal prepping. So if you were wanting to make this in a hurry, you would want to go ahead and prep your fish. Now, the recipe that I have shared in my link does call for tilapia. However, I am not going to use tilapia, but I'm going to use cod because I prefer to use cod. So what we're going to do is we're going to use an oil mister, and we're going to use some salt and pepper to season the fish, and paprika. So I'm going to put my salt on, a little pepper, okay, and I'm also putting a little paprika on. And you know, paprika is great for browning. I've done one side. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the second side. Okay, we did a little salt. Now I'm going to do a little pepper, and then put a little more paprika. And as I mentioned earlier, paprika really does a great job of helping to brown. Now I'm going to mist my fish with oil, and I'm using extra virgin olive oil, and I always like to get the organic kind. So I've misted one side. I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to mist the second side. Okay. I have preheated my air fryer, and now I'm going to turn it around so I'll be able to get to the basket. And what we're going to do is put the fish in the basket, and we're going to put it in the basket for approximately 15 minutes, but I'm going to check it. So we're going to put it in the basket, and we're just going to pull the basket out. And of course, one of the neat things about our basket is that you really don't have to mist it with any oil, because this is a non-stick surface. Your air fryer may not be a non-stick surface, but ours is, so it makes it so much easier for cleanup and also easier for prep. So I put my fish in. Now I'm going to turn my air fryer on once again. I'm going to raise the temperature to 400 degrees, and it's supposed to cook for about 15 minutes, and I will check it around 7 minutes. So we're going to get it started. There we go. So that's taking care of my fish. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually get our nice sauce that we're going to use on our fish tacos ready, and it's actually going to be made, as they say, from scratch. So I'm going to use my wonderful blender. Now this is our Princess House high power blender. So I'm going to plug the high power blender in, and we're going to use one of our pre-programmed buttons to prepare this. And I'm going to share with you what is used to make the salsa that we're going to use on our fish tacos. Okay, we're going to use, first of all, 1 cup of extra virgin olive oil. So I'm going to put my olive oil in. Then we're going to add 1/2 cup of water. So I'm putting my 1/2 cup of water in. We also have 1/4 cup of vinegar. I'm also using roasted garlic cloves, and I roasted these in the oven. So we're going to put our roasted garlic cloves in, and boy, do they smell good! And we're going to add a bunch of cilantro. And then lastly, we're going to add 2 limes that have been juiced. So we're making a fresh salsa. Okay, once I have all those ingredients in, all I need to do, because we have a programmed setting that is for dips and spreads, so I'm just going to press this, and let me make sure it's turned on. There we go. Voila! Salsa is ready. So I'm going to just simply place my salsa over to the side, because we're not going to need to use that for just a little bit. But it's so fantastic to be able to use a fresh salsa, and you can see how easy that was. Now, of course, we're going to need to use our tortillas, and I have chosen to use a wheat tortilla, but you can choose to use corn tortillas or whatever tortillas you prefer. And for that, I am going to use one of our Comals. This is one of our beautiful Mi Cocina Comals. And what I'm going to do is warm my tortilla so it can be nice and warm, and I'm going to turn on my induction unit to get my Comal heated. And while the Comal is heating, I'm just going to share with you some of the condiments that we're going to use on our fish tacos. Doesn't this look lovely? I don't know if you guys can really see it, but this platter is absolutely gorgeous. Take a look. You can't probably see it all extremely well, but I love this pavilion platter that goes with a nice rectangular baking dish. On this platter, I have already cut up my What we'll use later are lime wedges. I have cut up and minced some onion. I've also got some cilantro, some sour cream, and of course we have sliced avocados. So we have all the toppings on this wonderful tray. Now when you're making your fish tacos, if you want it, let me show you something else you could do. If you were preparing this for the family, you have your toppings tray and you could place your fish tacos here in this beautiful serving dish. Look at that nice rectangular baking dish. Isn't it gorgeous? What a beautiful, easy presentation for your family. So, I'm thinking by now my Comal has heated, and if my Comal is now heated, what I'm going to do is warm up my wheat tortillas. Oops, just dropped one. Let's see if we can put these on. We're just going to put it on just to heat. It's going to take a few minutes. It looks like it's beginning to heat. And I'm just going to lift it and turn it over. Let's see. Just want to heat it up just a little bit. There we go. This one is a little thin. And of course I'm going to go ahead and place my warmed tortilla on one of my beautiful Marbella dinner plates. Okay, let me do one more. It's just going to heat it up on the Comal. And meanwhile, our fish is pretty much getting close to being done. So I'm going to reach in and just take a look. Oh yes, it is looking amazing, guys. So anytime you're using your air fryer and you just want to reach in and kind of take a look to see how everything is coming, no problem. You just unlatch it, pull out, take a look at it. Just that easy. All right. Didn't want to overcook my tortilla. Okay, so I have warmed up 2 tortillas, and I'm going to turn off my Comal at this point. And of course, if you have multiple tortillas and you want to keep them warm, we have a nice warmer that you can place them in. Okay, at this point, I am actually just waiting for my fish to finish, and it's going to take just a couple of minutes more for the fish to finish. And while I'm waiting for the fish to finish, I want to bring back in again a couple of items that you'll always see me using when I'm doing one of these healthy recipes for you. And of course, one of the items you'll always see me use in some way are the produce keepers. If you don't have our produce keepers, I really highly recommend them. Just like our Fantasia Fresh, the produce keepers are a time saver, and they make prepping for any meal so easy. And for those of you who've forgotten, I want to remind you that what makes our produce keepers absolutely fantastic is the fact that on either side, whether it's in Spanish or in English, we tell you how to store your contents so that they will last longer. So all you have to do is look and just read how to save whatever you have inside. For example, if I had radishes require a drop of water. What that would mean is that you would put a tablespoon of oil, I'm sorry, did I say oil? A tablespoon of water in your tray, and you would close it, and then you would close the air. These little levers allow you to either open or close to let the air in or let the air out. So that's what you would do if you had radishes, and that's going to increase the shelf life of your radishes. So remember, always read what it says on the side for whatever you're storing in your produce keepers. This happens to be the smaller size, and we also have a medium size. Another item that I have shared with you before are the Fantasia Fresh containers, and this happens to be one of the smaller sizes. They go from 1 cup all the way up to a 9 by 13 baking dish. So those are a couple of things you don't want to forget. Now we are almost finished with these fish tacos. We're just needing to let the time go by so that it can finish properly cooking. And once the fish has cooked in our wonderful Pro 7 air fryer, I'll be able to take it out. I've already heated my flour tortillas, and again, I'm using wheat. As the recipe calls, you can use corn, whatever type of tortilla you'd like, and I'll be able to put my fish in small amounts and put all the toppings on. And that's how easy it is to make your fresh, crispy fish tacos. Okay, I'm going to go in one more time just to check out everything. And believe it or not, my fish, because I didn't put as many in as the recipe called, so I'm actually going to be able to take my fish out. So I'm now going to take my basket out of the air fryer, and I'm going to lift my fish out of the basket, and you can see it's nice, and as you know, these tend to flake very much. That's why I actually like cod. Cod tends to flake. Oh, these are just perfect. I'm glad I took them out of the air fryer just a little bit earlier. Now take a look at those. Aha, aha, gorgeous, gorgeous. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take one of my flour tortillas, and again, I'm using wheat. I'm going to place some of my fish in, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and get some of the condiments that I have. One of the condiments we definitely don't want to leave out is our fresh salsa that we just made. So let me get the fresh salsa. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. This is looking mighty good. I'm going to put some of the fresh salsa over my fish. And then I'm going to get some of my condiments. I'm going to take a few onions and sprinkle on my fish. I'm going to take a little cilantro, a little sour cream, I'm going to take a couple of wedges of avocado, and then lastly, I am going to just squeeze a little lime juice over. And if I really wanted them to be nice and spicy, I might just put a little jalapeno peppers on it. But this would be perfect for me. So I'm going to pull this in for you guys so that you might be able to see it a little bit better. Let me get a paper towel for just a second. And I want you to see how delicious this taco is. Take a look at that, guys. Is that not gorgeous? Look at it. That's how easy, using our Pro 7 air fryer, our high-powered blender, and our Comal, that it was easy to whip together those fresh, crispy fish tacos. That's it for today, guys. I hope you'll come back for another one of my fabulous Friday recipes. Until then, stay safe. Enjoy your weekend. Bye, everybody.